Hey YouTubers, don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell over by the subscriber button to notify you every single time I upload. Enjoy the video. Hey YouTubers, I just wanted to basically take today's video to explain to you guys, or at least talk to you guys about what I think the main lesson that we should all be taking from Dragon Ball Super as we watch it from week to week, or we wait for the Blu-ray box sets, or you just don't watch it for a couple weeks and then you binge it just to kind of have a good time. Now, all nostalgia stuff and, oh, this is what I watched as a kid and I'm just really excited and happy to have it back is all still relevant, valid, I believe. I honestly kind of think that that's one of the reasons I really enjoy it from week to week. It's one of the reasons I started this whole channel, is I like the idea of coming on YouTube and treating it as my playground. When I was young, I used to watch Dragon Ball Z every single day. It used to come on every single day with Toonami. And I would meet up with my friends on the playground or in school the next day, and we would discuss, oh, what did you see the next episode preview, or what did you think of that episode? And we would just kind of break it down and kind of come up with theories or speculations. And back then too, with the internet basically coming into fruition, or booming, at least for common American households, at least the middle class households, it was a really interesting thing because obviously this show had already kind of aired and done everything it needed to do, in Dragon Ball Z or Dragon Ball Super and even GT were all aired in Japan. And so there was a lot of stuff about what actually happened, plus a lot of stuff that was actually fake. So it was really hard to know exactly when they were going. I mean, I remember sitting around thinking, I can't wait to see Super Saiyan 5 Goku. That's going to be super awesome. Of course, that was the whole Dragon Ball AF stuff, and it just never really panned out that way, but it was still really an awesome time to live. And personally, I feel like that's kind of what I've been trying to do with my channel for the longest time. I just want to kind of speculate with you guys. I want to throw basically everything at the fan and just have a fun time, to the point where after you watch my videos, you feel to yourself like, man, I really want that to happen. I really hope that that happens. And even when it doesn't, even if it's just headcanon, a crazy fan theory like I usually have, and I usually say, speculation, theory, whatever it is, I want everyone to kind of feel like, even though that didn't happen, I still had a lot of fun thinking about it, because at least in my opinion, one of the best things about life is anticipation, waiting, kind of determining what could or couldn't happen. And it's the journey, it's not necessarily the end product. So that's one of the reasons I really like watching Dragon Ball Super. But what does Dragon Ball Super mean? What is the ultimate thing that they're trying to get out there from week to week? I mean, not just Dragon Ball Super, but Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z and Dragon Ball GT, all of the video games and everything else like that. This story in general, what is it trying to tell us from week to week to week? And personally, I really feel like this is something that is way more relevant and just kind of pointed in Dragon Ball Super than it was in any of the other iterations of this entire show, because at this point they've reached a level of power, or a level of relevancy within their own universe. Goku, Gohan, Vegeta, Goten, Trunks, I mean, hell, even the androids, Frieza, Master Roshi, Tenshinhan, Yamcha, I mean, they all the pinnacle of power in their own universe. And we've seen all of them, especially Goku and Vegeta and Gohan, really go through a hell and back to get to where they are. But as Dragon Ball Super reminds us, as Dragon Ball Super almost every single week reminds us, and as much as we want to sit there and say, oh, it's just an ass pull, Caulifla gets Super Saiyan 2 way too easily, Kale is way too strong, you have to go all the way over your head just to kind of explain how Goku was holding back because he was so much stronger than this person, or Toppo, or Jiren's too strong, Beerus and the Gods of Destruction, Whis, everyone is just too strong, and yada yada yada. I don't ever think that that's ever been the issue. One of the things that Dragon Ball really did to kind of remind us and actually set up the entire story was Roshi was very afraid when he trained Goku and Krillin, because he felt like they were too strong for their own age and they would kind of lose interest in what they had, because they didn't get there, and it didn't necessarily take them a lifetime of training like it did for him to reach the apex or the pinnacle of the strength that they actually could get. And he was sad. He was worried that they wouldn't be interested in doing anything that they were actually the best at. And I feel like that's really the big point and purpose of Dragon Ball. After that arc of Dragon Ball, you actually get to see Goku really go up against some major foes that he really can't handle, and we didn't even know existed at that point. And it's just been the same tropes every single time, every single arc. You have this You have Piccolo Daimao, Piccolo Jr., the Saiyans, Frieza, Cell and the androids, and Boo, and now you have Beerus and Jiren and Hit and all these other people who are just so much stronger, and we don't ever have to see them actually get anywhere or do anything in order to actually reach that pinnacle of power. And I think that that is super important for everyone who's listening to this to understand. I feel like that's one of the best things about this particular series is it teaches us that despite our inadequacies, despite anything that we don't necessarily measure up to anyone who, you know, does better than us, or something that we really try hard to do, we're not the best at, but we really want to be, and it's something we're very passionate about. So we're just going to keep doing it, regardless of whether or not there's always someone out there who's going to be better than you, or, you know, without even trying, could just surpass you at doing this because they just have a natural charisma, they're naturally lucky, or something like that. I feel like that's something that this show tries to teach us, and it's something that we all have to kind of take as we watch this show from week to week. I think it's the most important lesson that we get from Dragon Ball, and it's one of the reasons I watch it every single week, because it's just that constant reminder that you like doing what you like to do. You think you excel at something. You enjoy what you're doing in life. Keep doing it. It doesn't matter if there are people out there that are better than you. Stop judging yourself based on other people's success, and just learn to be happy with what you do and how you progress in life. And I think that we can all learn a huge lessons from that if we watch Dragon Ball Super, if we watch Dragon Ball, if we do, you know, if we're general fans. I hope that's what you get out of this. It's definitely what I get out of this. And I want to hear what y'all think that Dragon Ball Super is trying to teach us from week to week, or Dragon Ball as a whole. I want to hear your opinions, your stories about how you grew up with Dragon Ball, or how you found it recently and what it's really inspired you or taught you, or anything else like that. Is there something I'm missing here? Because this is basically what I take away. But with that being said, guys, I want everyone to comment, like, and subscribe. I want everyone to hit that bell over by the subscriber button, because that's going to notify you every single time I upload. But with that being said, guys, I hope everyone has a good day. It's been real.